Do whatever you want. I would kill you.
This is the worst case I've ever seen.
You, sir, are a cold-blooded murderer.
Cold-blooded killer.
Child killer.
Child-killing sex offender.
You are a monster.
You're trying to make me look like a monster. I'm not a monster.
I'm not no killer. I'm not no murderer. I'm not no bad person.
I would guarantee that I would craft a sentence so that you would never see a day outside of bars.
A life sentence for each of your victims.
1,000 years to life.
You will die in prison.
I hereby sentence you to 2,500 consecutive life sentences plus 1,000 years, with an additional 200 years being added to your sentence once you get to hell.
On July 20th, 2012, a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises in Aurora, Colorado, turned into one of America's worst nightmares.
I got 7 down in theater night! 7 down!
James Egan Holmes sat in the theater for about 20 minutes like any other moviegoer, then left, changed into body armor and tactical gear, and came back with tear gas canisters and multiple firearms. At first, people assumed his costume was part of the cosplay. This was a Batman screening, after all. That hesitation cost lives. He threw a gas canister, fired a shotgun into the ceiling, and then unloaded into the crowd.
Well, the incident had taken place in Theater 9, and I was in Theater 8 next door. And our theater had no information about what was going on until bullets had flown into our theater, and it scared some of us. We thought it was a prank, but it turned out it was a crazy man shooting next door.
We thought that it was a practical joke, and I personally thought that it was a stink bomb or something somewhat juvenile. But when the canister exploded, everybody sort of started screaming, and that's when the gunman opened fire on the crowd, and pandemonium just broke out.
12 people were killed. 70 more were injured.
Even if I just gotta get out the doors and nobody just pulled in, just get my kids out here. It was just so horrible.
The baby was in my arms at that time, and then it was just chaos. Like you started hearing screaming, and you looked up and people were falling, and it was like a dream.
Scenes from that night read like a catalog of horror. People diving for exits, parents clutching children, 911 calls with gunfire ripping through the background.
Okay, Sean? You guys should look at this blood right there!
Arapahoe 911, is this reference to shooting in Aurora?
Yes, ma'am, and I got shot. I got hit.
You were hit?
Yes,
okay, hold on a second. Do not hang up. Sir, do not hang up. I need to bring Aurora on the phone, okay? Do not hang up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Aurora 911, where's your emergency?
I can't hear you. What address?
Aurora, Colorado.
I can't hear you. Give me the address again.
First responders arrived within minutes, but the damage had already been done.
But before we continue, we can tell you enjoy this type of content, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Make sure to turn on notifications too, so you never miss a new video.
I looked down at her and I realized that she was probably gone.
Where did you take her?
I took her due west of the theater, and I found an ambulance there, and they had their stretcher out, and I laid her on the stretcher, and at that point I realized that she had died.
Holmes surrendered outside without resistance. He was arrested with weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition.
Got a suspect in a gas mask. Cars with that white car in the rear of the lot. Is that a suspect? Yes, we've got rifles, gas masks. Okay, hold that position, hold your suspect.
Mr. Holmes was apprehended outside in the back of the theater, and he was apprehended with 3 weapons.
And he later admitted in interviews and to his court-appointed psychiatrist that he anticipated killing people.
At that time, did you have any doubt that you would end up killing a lot of people? No, the dead can't be repaired or come back to life or be normal again.
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay?
The sign said
victim services unit, children's something.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, yeah. What about that?
There wasn't any children hurt, was it?
His defense argued mental illness. The prosecution pointed to the planning, body armor, multiple weapons, coordinated steps, and argued that those choices showed deliberate intent.
Not now, nor will there ever be a time when it is appropriate to execute a seriously mentally ill man. And it will not go away just because we don't like it and just because we try and get rid of it.
Ashley was told at the hospital that she lost her unborn baby.
Before, during, and after July 20th of 2012, he was seriously mentally ill, and this tragedy was born of disease, not of choice.
At trial, the jury found Holmes guilty of 12 counts of first-degree murder and 140 counts of attempted first-degree murder.
The man that came there that night, covered head to toe in armor to protect him from any injury. The man who brought with him 4 weapons and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. He's in the courtroom with us today. He's seated right over here. His name is James Egan Holmes. And on July 20th, 2012, he tried to murder a theater full of people to make himself feel better.
We, the jury, find the defendant, James Egan Holmes, guilty of murder in the first degree after deliberation.
When it came to sentencing, death required unanimity, and one juror refused to vote for execution.
The deaths of all of those people cannot be answered by another death.
Because of that single holdout, Holmes did not receive the death penalty.
But at the point where we knew that one was an absolute holdout, we ended the deliberations because that person was solidly in favor of the life sentence.
Instead, the judge imposed consecutive life sentences.
As many crimes as he committed in this case, he has to be punished for each and every one of those crimes. The jury found him guilty of all the crimes that he was charged with. I have to punish him, impose a sentence for each and every single one of those crimes. The murder in the first degree of Jonathan Blanc, I sentenced the defendant to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. For the first degree murder of Alexander Boyk, the defendant is sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The murder in the first degree of Jesse Childress, the defendant is sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. First degree murder of Gordon Cowden. For the first degree murder of Jessica Gowie. The first degree murder of John Larimer. The first degree murder of Matthew McQuinn. For the first degree murder of Michaela Medic. For the first degree murder of Veronica Mosher Sullivan. For the first degree murder of Alex Sullivan. For the first degree murder of Alexander Teves, the court sentences the defendant to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. I believe the total comes out to 12 life sentences without the possibility of parole, consecutive to each other and consecutive to 3,312 years in the Department of Corrections.
12 life terms plus thousands of years in prison. By the numbers, it was staggering.
And then those life sentences are also consecutive to 3,318 years in the Department of Corrections.
Holmes received a sentence totaling over 3,000 years. He won't be walking out of a prison gate anytime soon. What stands out in that courtroom, beyond the legal paperwork, were the victims' voices. Families recounted ordinary evenings turned catastrophic.
And a precious son, grandson, nephew, and cousin. And the next moment, he was gone.
My husband has lost his only daughter. I have lost my only stepdaughter. Jordan and Benjamin have lost their only sister. Forever, there is an emptiness, a sense of sadness.
This crime has stolen the life of my brother, my friendship with my brother, and the future I expected to have with him.
Text messages that never came back. last photos taken in a lobby that suddenly became a battlefield.
We took pictures. The last pictures we take together. Bam. Panic. Bam. Shotgun. Bam. Screams. Bam. AR-15. Bam. Gone.
One survivor spoke of lying in a hospital waiting for test results about her unborn child and knowing, in a way no one should ever know, that some people did not make it out.
As I laid in the hospital for hours, waiting for multiple test results to know the health status of my baby, I hoped and prayed the other 12 of my friends were safe and made it out. Unfortunately, that was not the case.
Now we head to a small Indiana town where the air itself seemed to tighten.
Richard Allen, you child murderer! Why did you do it? Shame on you!
After 2 teens vanished on a bridge, and a voice on a recording refused to be silenced.
Central case, 2 missing juveniles. Liberty Rose Lynn German, last seen at the High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana, at approximately 1300 hours. Second juvenile, Abigail Joyce Williams. Surgical was last seen wearing a gray zip-up sweatshirt and a red shirt with a red shirt under it and jeans.
Abigail Abby Williams and Liberty Libby German were best friends who went for a walk on a local trail near Delphi, Indiana. A short video captured a man on the bridge. That footage, and Libby's last recording of the suspect, became the clearest leads in a case that gripped a quiet community for years. The girls' bodies were recovered the next day. A town mourned and searched for answers.
Just worried. All I want to do is have the girls get home safe. Missing, abducted, we don't know for sure. There's a cell phone tower, but the ping was last noted about 5 or 6 hours ago. They say the phone's now dead.
Richard Allen stayed under radar for years. He wasn't some notorious figure. He had no big criminal profile that put him on investigators' screens. But he later confessed multiple times in prison, to other inmates, to staff, and even over the phone to family members.
His exact quotes to the psychiatrist were, "I didn't do everything I said I did, but I killed Abby and Libby, and I just want to sign my confessions, and I need to let my wife go."
I wanted to apologize to you.
What's going on, sweetheart?
I did it.
You did
No,
what?
I did it.
What?
I killed Abby. I killed Abby and Libby.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, Darren.
Yes, I did.
The confessions were inconsistent at times, and defense lawyers argued coercion and mental instability. They even floated an alternative theory, cult involvement tied to Norse symbolism.
I believe they sacrificed a girl and killed another one. Some of the people that live in Delphi were very brazen about their Odinistic beliefs on their Facebook pages and other social media.
But the judge excluded that line for lack of credible evidence.
We're following breaking news. A jury has found an Indiana man guilty of killing 2 teenage girls. Richard Allen was convicted on 2 charges of murder and 2 charges of felony murder.
Breaking news right now out of Indiana. The man convicted of the Delphi murders case has been sentenced to 130 years in prison, which is the maximum punishment for his crime.